Hello, my name is Sin Elias with Crescent City Conjure, and I'm back again with another video. In my two previous videos before this one, we discussed uncrossing work and protection work, and those two videos were much more of an instructional video. This video is going to be more about philosophy, so what I'm trying to do is give you some instructions that you can use and put into practice, and then give you some ideas to play with while you're working, hopefully increasing your ability to find more information and continue to grow. Today, what I really wanted to talk about was how this work works. So in every tradition, in every form of practice, there's a certain battery or certain power that enables the work to manifest. I've heard more than once that hoodoo isn't as powerful, hoodoo, rootwork, conjure, African American folk magic isn't as powerful as Haitian voodoo or Apollo or even witchcraft because of the way that it's used. We usually use small tricks, hydron roots, mojo bags, keys, lodestones, oils, powders, stuff like that. And I think when people look at those things, they see something that is small and less effective because it's not attached to much larger rituals. I wanted to take a moment and really explain what my experience has been in doing the work that I do. Those who know me know that I work in several different ways, so I have experience with other forms of practice, and I know how they work, and I know their effectiveness. So I'll say with all confidence that hoodoo, rootwork, conjure, African American folk magic is just as powerful as anything else. It's the way that it's done, and it's the skill level and knowledge of the worker that really powers the work. Rootwork is deceptively simple. It comes from a culture of secrecy, so we didn't want to be caught in our work. So a lot of it is covert and is supposed to be done without being seen. A good root worker, a good conjurman can work right in front of someone's face without it being known. I think this is another reason why people think that it's not as effective, because you're not seeing these huge workings, but the work is huge. So over the space of time, a good worker will wrap up their entire environment. And what I mean is to not be detected, to not be seen, for it to not be known what is happening. A root worker, I think, should apply their tricks in a way that is covert, and it should build up the power over time. So no, it is not one big ritual like you'll see in other traditions. It's a lot of small rituals, all intended to create a change. I think that this way of working is very beneficial when you don't want to be known, of course. I don't think any root worker wants to be known, but sometimes a quick change is necessary, and sometimes a slow, gradual change is what you really want to see. Slow, gradual changes are more likely in root work. We also see big changes. It really depends on the willpower and the focus of the target. You'll see powders being put under people's bed, oils being put on doorways and car wheels, things being planted at crossroads or cemeteries, and over time those things will have a major effect. What I do believe the benefit of that is it's a lot harder to combat that work. It's a lot harder to wash that off because it's in so many different places and it's penetrated your target's life completely. Even when you're working on yourself, for instance, in love work, you're going to be using baths and oils and prayers and candles and a lot of little things to change your life completely, to eventually do a 360, but you're doing it slowly. I think another really big part of root work that should be understood is this work isn't about gaining things in a selfish way. It's not about just getting one thing and moving on. It's about using your resources in order to evolve your spirit. You're trying to become a stronger person. You're trying to have a stronger connection to the divine. You're trying to have a stronger connection to your ancestors. And these tricks and ways of working opens doorways in order for you to do that. I like to use a metaphor to describe this process. It's like finding a loose string on a sweater and then pulling that string, and the entire sweater unravels over time. So you're finding the weak points and you're doing something small to cause a big change. I think that this process allows us to see a sequential process, a sequential order or step of things that need to be changed. So for instance, let's say you're trying to get your baby's daddy back, or your baby's father, or your husband back, because he supports the household, and this is necessary for the future success of your family line. You're not going to just jump towards love work. You're not going to do a working to change his heart completely. First, you want to clear out the people in his environment that are supporting any negative thoughts against you. And so you really want to be aware of all of the influences of a situation. It makes you take time and think about all of the variables that you can run into with the work. So you're slowly creating a path to your eventual goal. I think it's important for us not to just jump to what we eventually want to see. So first, you want to clear out the people around him that are getting in the way, and then you want to create reconciliation so that both of you have the opportunity to speak, and then perhaps a communication working in order to cause that speaking to happen, and then finally a love work to turn his heart in your direction. It's important to know that each and every working will create a major change in your life. So having some space between them gives you a chance to step back and observe from an objective angle what has changed and then what needs to change next. In bigger workings and bigger rituals, I prefer those when the major change is big. You know what needs to change is one thing, and you need it to happen rather fast, and you need it to be a very strong result. When it's something that I don't want to mess up, meaning let's say I have a job that I really like, but there are people at the job that I don't like, and I want to remove them or change their position or get a promotion myself. That means that I have to be very careful, like a surgeon's scalpel, to manipulate the situation. I can't just go through it with a bulldozer. So one thing at a time. If I give one person a promotion, let's say they're my friend, and I know that they're going to make it more likely that I get a promotion, then I want to move that chess piece and then see how everything else moves. So you're not the only one playing the game, right? You're using Hoodoo, Rootwork, and Conjure, but everyone else is, using their minds, their words, their actions. And you kind of want to see how the picture evolves over time. So the overall idea that I want you to think about, and I want to leave you with, is that no working is just one working. Every working is done in multiple parts and over time. So there is patience that's necessary. Also, I want you to think about how each change is going to affect your personal spiritual path. What is this doing for your personal evolution? How does this allow you to be a better student, a better worker, a better follower of your ancestors and the spirits that you work with? If you're not thinking about those things, then to me, it's a disrespect to the spirits that are helping you. You want to always be making them proud. Until next time, guys. Be blessed.